Hello, I'm State Senator Ryan Aument, and welcome to this month's Citizen Report. This month, I'm pleased to be joined by, or with, Representative Mindy Fee, and we are here at the Manheim Auto Auction. I think you'll enjoy the tour. We're here with Joey Hughes, the Vice President and General Manager here at the Manheim Auto Auction. Joey, thanks so much for your willingness to join us for the tour, and just interested, for those that don't know who are watching this program, what is the Manheim Auto Auction? How long has it been in existence here in Manheim?
So, 1945, opened up the business, and so 71st year here at the auto auction, and I tell you, it's evolved over the years into a massive operation that we have 1,600 employees today, and we support just a large number of dealers across the country, 50 states, 120 countries that use this facility to buy and sell vehicles, and as a small part of a larger used vehicle marketplace, really. So
let me ask the question, Joey. You're not just located here in Manheim either. You have locations all over the U.S.?
That's correct. So just here in the U.S., we have 115 points that we currently have operational. This one just happens to be our largest. And what we do, and then we are global, so we do have footprint outside of the U.S., but here in the United States, there's 115 locations that we currently support on a day-to-day basis.
Now, in a few minutes, we're going to go and we're going to walk through and get a tour. And for those who are watching who've never seen this before, it's just remarkable. It's just amazing to see. Can you talk a little bit about sort of the schedule through the week, Monday through Friday? How many cars are going in and out of this facility on any given day?
So each week, there's generally three sale days. And so the process is very cyclical with the inventory and the way it works. Vehicles arrive, and it takes about 2 days to process them to be ready for sale in most cases. So on any given week, this location will process 10 to 12,000 vehicles for sale, and it's probably, you would think 300-400 dealerships that we represent as sellers, as well as commercial accounts, rental car agencies. They all use us to remarket vehicles for them on a weekly basis, and these vehicles are brought in here as much as they are local too. So they depend on us to help them make their day-to-day each week. So.
Tell me a little bit, Joe. You said 1,400 employees. One of the things that's very important to us up at the Capitol is job and making sure our job creators have jobs there. But what kind of positions are here at the auction? So
we have from management positions that we currently are looking for folks to come in and help us run the operation, down to our frontline employees who help us, move these cars, 12, 15,000 cars a week. Don't move themselves, so we've got to have a lot of people in a lot of places to help us get those things on their spot, prepared and ready to make it happen on sale day. So there's a variety of positions that are here that we need to fill in this growing used car industry that we're all going to experience for the next foreseeable future, I guess you'd say.
So tell me a little bit about your background. How did you get into this industry, and how did you end up here in Manheim?
Yeah, that's as many of the visitors are going to see, and as you've seen, this is a contagious business. And when I was at East Carolina University, I had an opportunity to work part-time at an auto auction. And it was just fun. I enjoyed doing it. I enjoyed working with people in the dealerships and how it just all came together. And we're here. So it's just fell in love with it there through a small opportunity, and just continued to follow that dream, and it kind of fell into place through several steps, but it's just started at a young age, and it just kind of ended up here. So.
Well, I growing up in Manheim know how important the auto auction is. I mean, forever. But you do a lot of great community things also. You give back to the area, which is always important. I know our Manheim Farm Show, which we know and love. You help support the building. But I just want you to know we also appreciate things like that in the area.
Thank you. And we've got a lot of employees that spark those interests and those things that we want to support. And with this many employees, there's definitely a lot of opportunity here for continued support in those areas, and we're excited to be able to do it. So.
Now, just in a few seconds, we're going to walk out here. Do you have a favorite thing? Do you have a favorite car? Is there something that
one that sells?
Love the most?
A sold car. We sell a variety of cars. I mean, yesterday, to talk specifics, I watched 2015 McLaren sell for $379,000. We also had one that would sell for $3,000 yesterday. So there's a big variety of vehicle pricing and inventory that can be sourced here for a variety of different type dealerships. So it's a big operation. So a sold car is my favorite, but I'm a pickup truck guy, I guess, if you want to nail me down on it, and in that area. So
excellent.
Great.
Well, let's go check it out.
Let's go see some of the lanes.
So as we shuttle here around the complex, you get a sense of just how massive this facility is, and just the volume of cars and the logistical coordination, operational planning that's required to sort of pull all of this together. Could you talk a little bit about that, what it takes to coordinate getting these cars staged and lined up?
I can, and it changes every week. So 10 to 12,000 vehicles a week, and different clients having different needs weekly by volume dictates that we change. So as we drive around and you look, these vehicles are stall parked, ready, perfectly lined up to go through the auction barn, and you'll see that the vehicles are moving and driving through the lanes. But we actually each week have to create a new map based on different volume needs for different clients, and the team has to then execute. The drivers that come in and help us move it have to become familiar with that map. It's a well thought out plan, but it does change weekly. So logistically, you will see as we move through how coordinated it looks, and it's due to just great planning from the team and being able to put that plan together each week.
Yeah, because it would change, like you said. I mean, every dealer has no idea how many cars they're going to get that week, and I mean, that's interesting. Does it average out? I mean, do you know basically what dealers are coming in and how much their volume is, or does it fluctuate with the economy, or look at over in the big picture?
Yeah, so it does fluctuate, and as we know, leasing has become a pretty solid product in the Northeast again, and so we benefit from those off-lease units coming back through our auctions. So right now and for the foreseeable future, like I said earlier, we are on a rise, and this inventory is going to increase due to the market demands and the things that we have going on. So it does, and the numbers typically tend to trend in the same area. So we kind of have an idea and the forecast and all the things, but there's always those little one-off scenarios where you have to be on your toes and catch those. So the team does a great job with that.
But it's always a good time to buy a used car, right?
It's always a good time to buy a used car, yes.
In the time that I've been serving in the legislature, I can't tell you how many folks I've talked to across Lancaster County at one point in their life worked here as a driver. Yeah. In fact, I think when I was driving in, I saw an advertisement, looking for folks to come drive. How many drivers do you have, and what do you look for in terms of qualifications for drivers? Well,
we have about 600 to 700 drivers that we actually have here that help us move this facility every day. And there's actually a talent review process that we go through, interview process that we work with our people strategies team to put together. There's training that we offer them, so it's not like we just kind of toss them out and say drive the cars. I mean, there's a pretty extensive, as you can see, plan put together on how we train and prepare the folks as they come in. So again, another well thought out plan on how we integrate folks into that driver pool and help us move the vehicles around. So
terrific.
Great.
We're essentially at stop one, where the reconditioning process starts. Can you talk us through what happens here?
So the vehicle has already been photoed and inspected, stocked in, right? So we've got the information on the vehicle that we need to make decisions on what reconditioning options that our clients would want to take advantage of. And they all, for the most part, want to take advantage of a good cleanup. So the reconditioning of the vehicle starts with the cleanup, so that you can really take a look and see what you have, because they do come in dirty. They come in ready to, not ready to be sold, but we have to prepare them. And you can see the cleanup bay, which we have here. It's a couple hundred employees that work out of this building.
This would run all week, though. This isn't just on sale days. You're getting cars all week long.
Runs all week.
Cleaning. Is it just regular hours? Is it 2 shifts, 3 shifts?
So we run a couple of shifts, and this is also volume dictated, so we're able to flex. So we've got models put in place that as volume spikes, we have a plan as it shifts to different times of the day or different incoming needs later in the week, earlier in the week. The team's on that to be able to figure out how we best manage the client's needs to make sure they're ready for sale day.
How many folks do you have working here that operates this, and how long or how quickly does a car move through this process?
So in about 45 minutes, you can take this car and have it on the other end, ready to be sold with photos and prepared for sale if this is the only stop.
Is there a most unusual thing you ever found in the cars?
Gosh, I'm sure we found a lot of things that are unusual. These are straight off the street from our trade-ins from our dealers or our commercial clients that repossessions or off-lease units that may come through. So it's a variety of inventory that comes through. So.
Great. Well, let's move down to the next step, shall we?
We'll do it.
John Spar is the
maintenance manager
here at the auto auction. So, John, behind us, I know, is something that's very important. It's very important to the people that live here and to the municipality, and I know you work hand in hand. So tell us a little bit about what's happening behind us.
Okay, what happens behind you here is we recycle pretty much all the water that goes through the detail lanes, all 14 of them. All the washing that they do, all the chemicals go into a drain, and they come out to a tank outside lane 4 that's in the ground, and we put that into our water conservation center. What happens is all the water, like I said, that's done in the detailing process goes into a tank in the water conservation center, and then it comes over to this tank here, which we call our bioreactor. There are 3 different microorganisms that live in these little things that look like honeycomb cereal. And there's one that swims around in the tank like a shark and eats all the other solids and organic matter. Then what happens is, from that point, it goes into our what we call our RO system here. And what the RO system does, it takes all the solids that the bugs don't eat, captures those there, sends it up top to our reverse osmosis system, which takes care of any salts, organic salts, and it takes care of any of the heavy metals that are suspended in the water. And then from there, it goes to what we call our reuse tank over there, and then it gets reused in the wash bays. We recycle about 8 million gallons of water a year. The water that comes out is safe enough to drink, really good water. And it has the consistency that helps clean our cars the best we can, because the pH is good, there's no salt, so all the nice water that's being reused on the vehicles helps the cleaning process of the quality of the clean that we do.
What's the percentage of water that you actually reuse?
We reuse pretty much 80%.
Great.
And to give you an idea of 8 million gallons of water, just think of the world's largest aquarium, which is in Atlanta, Georgia. That's enough to fill that aquarium. So that gives you an idea of the scale of how much water that we do keep green and keep the environment happy. So
That's remarkable. Now, you're the maintenance manager here. How many employees does it take to staff this facility here and the broader sort of maintenance team that are under your direction?
I have 9 people total, but I only have 2 that operate the water plant system. One of them's name is Tyler Stauffer, young guy, 26 years old. He actually went to school with my son, so it's like having my son here, but not having my son here. And then Chris Wagner, he's been here 20 years. He's the main operator, but Tyler can do pretty much the same thing as Chris. They operate the plant and keep everything happy. Give you an idea of the filters. The filters in this UF system are good for between about 1.5 to 3 years, and they're $38,000. So, you know, there's a lot of chemicals and stuff that we do in the process to clean the water up, and that's pretty much it. Over here, we do have some samples on the table of what the water looks like when it comes in. It's that lovely dark colored water there.
Now, hold on, that's from what? Explain exactly what that's from.
That comes from all the lanes of the detail, where it goes in the tank outside here, and then it gets pumped into my factory.
So that's when they're coming in, they're starting to clean the cars, and that's what it looks like
that's all the
going
water
down the
from the cleaning. And then after it goes through the UF system, the RO system there, it actually comes out crystal clear after it goes through that section. And then the UF cleans it even further and takes, like I said, the solids and stuff out of there. So That's pretty nice water.
It's good.
This is the bioreactor. And here, if I get the light just right, you can see all those little honeycombs in there. They're kind of suspended and floating around.
Oh yeah, yeah. See them, Mindy?
Yep, that's where all those little biomicroorganisms, the 3 of them live in there, and then the other brand goes around. The bugs are kept alive by pH, just like you would run an aquarium. And if the bugs need to be replaced, or if they perish, they keep remultiplying. If they perish, it's around $65,000 for new bugs. So we take very good care of bugs.
Say, take good care of your bugs.
Yep, we have 2 big yellow blowers back there, which provide the air, which keeps the bugs alive. And in the winter, the tank is pretty much warm from the supplies in here. As the temperature is colder, they don't make as many bugs. When it's hot weather, we really like it because then they make more bugs, which in turn takes more stuff out of the water for us and preserves our RO system a little better.
Okay, so after the cars are clean, some of them need some paint touch-up, right? So
They do.
Here we are, and it's not just one little paint booth that we're looking at the auto auction. Tell us a little bit about it.
So we have 5 paint booths here that will process 4 to 5 vehicles per load. So we can move about 80 vehicles a day through our paint and body shop. And we're always looking for skilled technicians, folks in the community that are local that have this area of expertise.
Right.
They really don't know we're here to be able to come in and help us source and move this product. So it's definitely one stop and a stop of 3 or 4 as we recondition. So as you can see, a lot of our clients take advantage of this opportunity to prepare it for sale when we go up and take a look at that.
And let's talk about the skilled workforce here, because I think it's important. I mean, I'm often out talking to all my different businesses, and they're often looking for folks with more skill. Do you work with our trade schools or with our tech schools? I mean, how do you find new employees to come?
So we've done several job fairs with the local area. Bob does a great job here in our body shop at partnering with those technical schools and just trying to reach out to find ways to get just through attrition. We need good workers in the skilled labor areas, and sometimes it is tough to find. And a lot of it for us is the not knowing what we do here and how we can leverage some of these opportunities to grow this area.
It's I think a great time to sort of follow that up and say if there are folks that are watching and they're interested in anything they see here, specifically interested in employment, maybe they have some of the skills that we've seen on our tour. How do they go about contacting your folks here to submit an application, to submit a resume, and express their interest?
So, as we talked about earlier, we are one of 115 points across the U.S., and we have an online portal at Cox Automotive or Manheim Jobs online. They can see every job available across the U.S. on that one spot. Obviously, selecting it down, they can look at everything that we have available here at Manheim, PA, and these areas all obviously would be listed there. So if it's not here, if it's in an administrative role, or if it's in just a driver on the lot that wants to help us out, all that is visible for everybody to see 24 hours a day.
Yeah, because one of the other things you do, so you from cleaning to painting to, you also have actual mechanics on hand, don't you? Yeah.
Is that happening in here as well?
So one building, one wall over,
okay.
The mechanics are there, and we have a bank of 12 to 15 mechanic lifts, and they typically will step 3 or step 2, whichever design the process is by the client. We'll work on those vehicles and prepare them because our clients move toward full transparency and making sure that the vehicles are what they need to be, because they're going to be resold to a retail end user. So we got to make sure they're ready, and they take a lot of pride in that.
Do your clients have access to, as they're making decisions, evaluating these cars, do they have access to sort of taking a tour as we have, be able to see the facility maybe outside of the auction location?
They do, and the data that we provide, if you think about Manheim as a company and the auto industry as a whole, in the auction, the wholesale space, 7 million transactions a year. I think it was the number last year, 8 million. There's a lot of information there to help them make the right decisions about which repairs are smart, which ones are needed, and hopefully, we can just help them move through that the fastest way possible and meet their needs.
Sure. Well, it's great. It's an incredible facility that I'm not sure everybody understands exactly what we have here in our little location. That turns to be quite a bit.
Yeah. How long, I sort of ask this almost at every stop, I'm just curious, again, how quickly the process moves here. From the time that these cars come after being cleaned, and they go through this painting process and then being checked by a mechanic, how long from here to the time that they're ready to be lined up?
So there's a big, so if you think about the stocking area that we looked at earlier, the detail shop area that we visited, for our inspectors, 20 minutes per inspection. We process 1,200 a day. So if you think about that piece, and then so it's on a 24-hour turn, our detail shop can process the same number of cars. So we can have a vehicle sell ready through all these shops in about 3 to 4 days. So it's a pretty fast turn when the pieces are aligned and the process is in place.
And what kind of pressure is there on the employees here to have a fast turnaround time? In other words, do you measure, are there specific metrics that they have that they're sort of expected to be able to move in so many cars an hour?
Performance management that we talk about a lot.
That's every industry.
That's every industry. Right. But they take pride in knowing that they've hit their targets, they've met their goals, and they've helped us succeed. So it's fun to watch that unfold as we reward them for being productive.
Well, I want to go see where the action really happens. Can we head to the actual lanes?
Yes, right, let's head that way. Thank you.
Here we are at the final stop. This is where the real action happens, right? So behind us, the cars are lining up from the lots and they're heading in. Joey, can you just kind of give an overview of really what's happening here?
So we've been through the facility and we've seen that the reconditioning that takes place from stock in to our clients approving the work for the vehicles, staging to this point. So this is sale day and this is where it all happens.
It's exciting.
It is. And so this is where the culmination of 1,600 employees come together. So what we see here is the vehicle's been staged. The sellers are up on the block, ready to sell the vehicles. We've got about 55 auctioneers here that support us on a weekly basis, and we partner with them to help get these cars sold. And these cars would range from like I said earlier, finance companies to dealers that bring cars here for resale. So they're coming through the building. We have dealers that, as you can see here in the lanes, that are here physically. We also have dealers that are online attending, and some of those attending online numbers can be upward as much as 250 guys online. So dealers attending virtually as much as here in lanes.
Let me ask you something there. What's the percentage of sold online compared to actually here physically?
You know, we still dominate in lanes. So the guys that are here on the ground, but that number is trending more toward the online. So I think today we're between 30 and 35% as a company, and moving inventory online. And here our facility would match those statistics pretty evenly. So as you see, that it happens pretty quick. It's about a car a minute.
Yeah, you can tell. Yeah, how about Ryan? Just as everyone that's going by us is being sold, basically, right? Like
that's right. Quick. So it's fun, it's exciting, and this is kind of what gets you going. After the long week of work, it happens here.
So how many, remind us again, how many lanes? I mean, as I look down here, this is just amazing to see. I mean, I can see at least probably 10 lanes from here. I mean, how?
So we offer 35, and in that 35, there are some that are double lanes. So we have 2 lanes in one. So you talk about speed, and you talk about process and coordination. It has to happen in that area, but 35 lanes.
Now, those auctioneers better keep up.
That's right.
Now, is there any, it looks like the cars are all pretty diverse in terms of the type of car, the make, and such by lane. Is there any significance, I guess, to the lane number as it corresponds to the type of car or how they're
So the lanes are structured by the seller and who's selling the vehicle. So they're in blocks based on who that is, and they're for the most part intermingled with the commercial clients and the dealers. So there's no clear structure. They're just kind of placed the best way we feel that our dealer has a chance to succeed. So.
Let me ask you something about the dealers. Are the dealers from all over, or are they mainly here locally? near Lancaster County?
They're from all over. We have a lot that are local,
Okay.
And we also have some that travel in and do business with it from outside the area. So it's.
Could you just kind of quickly walk us through sort of what we're seeing here in terms of the process? They're lining up, they're being staged here, and it looks like we're watching a final sort of touch-up in terms of the appearance of the car before it pulls in. Can you sort of walk us through beginning to end here, the lane procedures?
So we have out on the lanes, we have about 20 to 25 drivers per lane, times 35 lanes, so the number gets to be pretty big. And they have a system where they prepare, they stage the vehicles. The wipe down guys are here to kind of help our sellers out to give that final touch to the seller and the buyer, so they can cleanly see what they're buying, what it looks like, and how it's presented. And again, it's about 1 a minute that processes through here on every lane that we have, basically.
Let me tell you a job I do not want. I do not want the coordination of getting all these lanes lined up. Can you imagine? Oh my gosh, I'd have a pile up. It would be awful.
I've been here 100 days, and that's not one I've raised my hand for yet either. So
Is that right?
That's right. Yeah, that's right.
And tell me about the auctioneers too, because I love the auctioneers. And are they mostly local folks that do outside business and then are just here?
A lot of our auctioneers are local. We do have some that also travel in from outside areas that come in and help us for the 2 or 3 days that we have during the week for our sale days. So 55 is a big number, and it's a talented group of guys that we have to put together to help us facilitate this.
Well,
outstanding.
All right, thank you, Joey. It's been wonderful seeing this whole process from start to finish. How about it?
We're excited to be able to showcase it for the folks to see here in the community, and we're very proud of what we have done here, and we support our employees and our clients, and it's just a tremendous honor for me to be able to be a part of it. So thank you.
Excellent, thank you.
What a great day here at Manheim Auto Auction. Thank you, Ryan, for inviting me along today.
Well, thank you for joining me. This concludes our program today here at the Manheim Auto Auction. We want to thank all the wonderful folks here. Joey Hughes, the Vice President and General Manager here, and John Sparra, the Director of Maintenance. And our contact information will be available to you here shortly. If you have any questions or comments as it relates to the tour or any other issues we could be helpful to you, please don't hesitate to reach out.